So let's take a look at a couple examples of using percentage increases, if we could. So for instance, let's say we had Joe. And Joe's wage right now, his wage that he received was $15 an hour per hour. Let's say Joe got a 12% raise. Okay? Wage rate increase. Rate increase. Of 12%. Well, first of all, we know 12% in decimal form is 0.12. Okay? And so this 12% increase, we would simply take and multiply this 0.12 times 15, which is going to give us, and let's bring out our calculator here. So we have our calculator. Grab that real quick, bring it over. We'll go ahead and minimize this. Okay. So we're simply going to go 0.12 times 15, which gives us $1.80. Okay, so $1.80 per hour increase. So instead of, we would simply take that 15 now, which is 100% of his wage. So that's 100% of his wage. And add to that $1.80, which is an additional 12% of his wage, and add those together, which would give you $16.80. So that's 112% of his original wage, $16.80. Now, a different way you could do this with a calculator, if you want to do this in one step. So if we say that 100%, so if we go 1.0, 100%, plus the additional 12%, which is 0.12, so that's 1.12. Now if I times that by the original amount, which is 15, I get $16.80. So you could do this in one step instead of two. Either way works fine. Okay, let's do another example. Let's say, let me get my calculator up again because I should. Okay. So let's say I had a 10%, let's make it 15, a 15% increase in his wage. In wage rate. So I would take that 15, which is his hourly rate, $15, and to find out the new amount, I would simply multiply by 1.15. Okay, doing that, I would simply go 15 times 1.15, and so my new wage rate would be $17.25. Okay, now I could have just multiplied the 15 by by 15% or 0.15, okay, and then add that to the $15. So if I took 15%, 0.15 times 15, I would get 225. Okay, 100% of 15, of course, is 15. So to get that wage increase, I would add these two together. Well, guess what? It gives you $17.25. So either way, that you can get. This shows how to do a percent increase of a given amount. In this case, the hourly wage. This can also go for a constant. So let's say that Jerry's wage let's say he made $8 an hour, $8 per hour, and he got a bonus every time he showed up for work. Let's say he got $50. He received $50 for just showing up. Okay, so we would write his wage then as y equals 8x plus 50. Okay, y equals 8x plus 50. So that's so even if he didn't work any hours, so what is that? So y equals wage, total wage, and the x is number of hours. Okay, number of hours. So let's say that we had like a 60% increase in show-up pay. So in this case, we're not going to look at his hourly rate, we're just going to look at the show-up pay. So we would simply go 60%, or we would multiply that 50 by 1.6. 1.6 times 50. And bringing out the calculator, you can move that over. So we would go 1.6 times 50. $80. So that 60% increase would raise that to $80. So our new equation would be 8x plus 80. So again, you can either do the constant, there'd be a percent increase in the constant, or you could have a percent increase in the rate.